Hello, I'm Salim, the Event and Digital Communication Manager at the Africa Solar Industry Association. I'm attending the PowerElec Kenya 2025, and I have the pleasure to host Mr. Binyam, the CEO of AM Power. Welcome to this interview, sir.
Thank you, Salim. Thanks for having me. So, like you said, I'm Binyam. I'm the CEO and co-founder of AM Power Solar. We're a solar installer EPC focused on the CNI market, so only business clients, throughout Sub-Saharan Africa mostly. So I'm really happy to be at PowerElec and talking to you from AFSIA.
Thank you, sir. Today we are going to discuss about the accessibility of solar energy. Before diving deep to the question, Mr. Binyam, I would like to know, we have seen recently the cost of solar components has dramatically decreased. How does it impact the competitiveness for solar energy solution for CNI clients in Africa?
Salim, that's a great question. So even if you walk around a trade show like PowerElec, you see a lot of vendors. So what's happened is that in the last 3 years, the cost of the major components, so solar panels, has come down about 30 to 40% in some measurements. And the battery, which is used for backup, has come down a little bit less, around 25 to 30%. So what this has done, and it's made it a lot more accessible for businesses to use solar as a viable option for installing and using it as a clean energy source, which is more reliable.
That's very great, and you're right. But how do you relate it in the financial aspect to your potential client? Because people, they like when it comes to finance to know, like, if I invest, I can easily get back my money. So what is the typical return on investment for a CNI project from your experience?
So you're hitting the really good economic point of the value of having a solar system as a business. So I think if you look at it, there's a few levers that play into this, what we call the payback time or ROI. One, as we discussed, is the cost of the components has gone down. The second thing you have to look at is the cost of traditional energy has gone up. So if you look at tariffs across Sub-Saharan Africa, they've gone up some places as high as 80% in the last few years. And then, of course, generators are used very commonly in this part of the world as backup power. And the cost of diesel has also gone up significantly. So if you take those factors, the cost of a solar system has gone down, the cost of traditional energy has come up, so the ROR, the payback time, has gone down significantly. It used to be 4 or 5 years ago, so between 7 to 10 years. Now you're seeing strong buyback times of about 3 to 4 to 5 years. And as you know, most solar systems can last, if cleaned and maintained well, 15 to 20 years. So the financials of it are becoming very attractive right now for using solar as your main source of power or to offset your existing source of power.
So Mr. Binyam, seeing that dynamic, I believe it should be an opportunity for you. So what is the strategy AM Power are using to tell to its CNI customer to take advantage of these lower prices?
So what we're trying to do is get a real good understanding of every client's profile. So what that means is, what is their energy demand profile? How does it look during the day and night? But also analyze their current costs. So all their inputs from their grid payments to generators or whatever it might be, even lost opportunity. So the engineers can size a system not only meets their current needs, but also their future growth and their strategy, make sure it's aligned. And when you do this, you get to a point where the finance of it, the cost of it, can actually be phased. So if you say, you know what, this looks great, let's grow into a system. We've seen a lot of clients that want to start maybe with a grid-tied system to offset their current load and then start getting battery as a backup. So our strategy is to really size every client's design as well as possible for current and future load. Make financial sense so that the capex or the financing side of things is not going to hinder their business in the long term. And really lead with a high level of integrity and build a relationship. Make sure our values or strategies are aligned, because we can't really be successful unless our clients are successful. So that's in a nutshell what we try to do at AM Power.
Great. And looking ahead, are you seeing a continuous decrease in components, or you think these trends could change in the future?
So In terms of the manufacturing side of it, I think there will be a continued decrease. Like I told you, Salim, if you look around, every time you guys, say you go to these a couple of times a quarter, you'll notice there's a lot more manufacturers coming out of Asia especially, and they're all basically competing against each other to give us tier one products at an even lower price. So in general, since solar has been around since I think the late 70s, the price has gone down 99.99% or something ridiculous like that. In the last 4 years, like I mentioned, it's also gone down, 40 to 50%. So I see that trend continuing. There's more competitors. The policy-wise, most countries in sub-Saharan Africa are installing duty-free zones or duty-free access or reduced duty access to solar components. So this is all translating to be a great time for businesses to seriously consider looking into getting solar as, like I said, as their backup or main source of energy.
Thank you, sir, for joining this interview.
Thanks, Salim.
It was very insightful for me, and I hope it will be also insightful for people watching us. It was a great pleasure, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you. I hope to be here next time as well. Thank you.